You know, it's hard to think about, but one day your spouse could pass away. And aside, obviously, from it being heartbreaking, it can also be extremely stressful financially if you don't have a plan in place. And you hate to plan, for the worst, but you got to do that.
It's one of those things you don't want to think about, but you have to think about because, God forbid, if you don't think about it, it actually happens. And for many couples, well, there's one of you who takes care of the money part, so you may not know where all the accounts live, their logins, or which banks go to what. The sad reality is bills, well, they don't pause when someone dies. We sat down with Leonard Vanderfelts with Pinnacle Financial Advisors, who says sometimes the lack of financial planning before a death can add even more turmoil to the surviving person's life.
There's more and more people do banking online and everything is online. And if the person with all the passwords passes away, you can't log into your accounts anymore, you can't pay the bills, your utility, your electricity gets cut off.
Yeah, so that's when it gets really messy. So to help you get prepared, we put together a few things for you here. Number one, if you've recently lost a spouse, you need to talk to a financial advisor right away. They will help you go over all your accounts, get everything put into your name. Becoming a widow puts you into a different tax bracket, so you'll need to talk to an accountant to help you figure out which deductions you may be entitled to. And lastly, call a lawyer. They will help you go over the will and trust, if any of that exists, and all the bills related to their death, including possible medical bills. They can guide you through the probate process, which will take a lot of pressure off and help you be able to start moving ahead with your new reality. There's so much to talk about, and it's one of those subjects, it's the elephant in the room. You know it's there, but you just don't want to talk about it. I have a whole issue with the funeral and me being cremated or being just buried in a casket, and I still cannot figure out what I want to do. I know what my wife wants to do, but I can't figure it out. And I know that's an issue when people die, you know what I mean? When you die, you got to think about it, because that's a real burden on someone if they don't know what they want.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to be able to think about it, but it's definitely conversations you need to have about finances and what you want to, and how you want people to remember you.
I like to think about it, though.
Okay, still much more to